Hello, welcome to episode, I think it's number 7 of the Trilogy Yarns podcast. My name is Nancy. I am the owner of Trilogy Yarns. I am based in the Pacific Northwest, Spokane, Washington, to be exact, where fall is here. Sometimes fall is here early morning, late night. Summer is here during the day. We're still in the 80s, low 80s. Although I think, next week I think we're supposed to get down to the 70s. This is crazy. This is October 7th and I have yet to turn my heat on. It's crazy. I remember as a child that we would always have snow by Halloween. So, global warming, it is a true thing. Excuse me, I must have a frog. Anyway, my name is Nancy. I can be found on all the social media platforms as Trilogy Yarns. That's Instagram, Facebook. I don't do Ravelry. Sorry. I do have a Ravelry account, but I do Ravelry mostly for pattern support. I don't have time. I don't have brain space to do that. So something has to give. So sadly, Ravelry gives. But all the contact information along with the projects I talk about will all be listed down below in the show notes. And while you're down there scrolling through the show notes, be sure to subscribe, like, comment. I love reading all the comments. This is going to be a short one, guys. I've been busy and I've got some exciting things coming in the future, but I just did want to hop on, say hi, talk a little bit about what I've been up to. So let's get into it. I do have one finished object, and this is a new cast on since I podcast 2 weeks ago. And this is the Minimalist Cowl by Joey Hobbs. So here it is in all its glory. And then check out that fun tassel at the bottom. So I knit this in Trilogy Yarns plush base in the color Eggplant, and then I held it double with Surrey in the color Eggplant, and then my pom-pom, this is crazy, this pom-pom is made out of the Surrey, just the Surrey only. This was a very fun knit. It took less than a skein of each yarn. Just a real fun little cowl. There's my pom-pom. Tassel. Did I call it pom-pom? It's a tassel. I don't edit my podcast, so I'm going to apologize in advance for anything that I may say wrong. Like my dad always said, you have to go by what I mean, not necessarily what I say. So this is not a pom-pom, this is a tassel. So Minimalist, very fun, mindless knit. You start it, it's done, it's a paid for pattern, so I'm not going to give too much away. It's got a really fun edge detail. You start it at the bottom, and then when you get to the number of stitches for your size, this is available in a small, medium, and large. Then you join it in the round. So Minimalist. I think why my voice is froggy. What is it? It's 1:45 here in the afternoon. And I think you guys are the first person I've talked to, except for the cats. So I need to lubricate the vocal cords. But that is my only finished object. What I am currently working on, I am still working on the Hannah sweater by Lisa Richardson. This is my Rhinebeck sweater. I will get it done by Rhinebeck. It's a crochet garment, and it's crocheted in pieces. So here is the back. It's a long tunic. This beautiful open lacework design. This I am knitting out of my plush base, Trilogy Yarns plush base, which is a merino cashmere nylon in a fingering. I'm doing Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park is just kind of a really deep browny red. The color is pretty true. It looks like it's coming across pretty true. So that was the back. This is the front. So you can see there's just a little bit of armhole shaping here. And that's the front. I do have one sleeve done. So there's the sleeve. Okay, there's the armhole, or the top of the arm. This is the cuff. So one sleeve is done. The second sleeve, here's the cuff end. I am just to the armhole shaping. So now I'll decrease. If things go well, and the rest of my day is pretty quiet, I will probably get this done tonight. And then over the weekend, maybe I can get it sewn together and blocked. I'm hoping it's going to fit. It's so hard to tell. I'm doing the correct size. I didn't do a crochet gauge because I don't gauge. So if this does bite me, it's my own fault. But seeing as how it is a superwash yarn, and it's a very open crochet, I think I can get quite a bit of mileage out of it. And I am doing this on a size E hook. So when I first did it, I was having some issues being the dark yarn, the small hook, and macular degeneration. I was having a little bit of a trouble. Words. English wasn't my strong suit when I was in school. I was having a little bit of trouble seeing the stitches, but I did get it figured out. I did go down and get some the strongest magnifying cheaters that I could find, and I'm able to do it. It's just a 4-row repeat, so I've been able to memorize it. So it's a really fun crochet. I hope that it fits. Of course, I'll have to wear it over something. It is a little bit see-through. So I think just a plain black camisole will be fun. So I'm working on that one. The other project that I'm currently working on is also a new cast on. And this is the Bayswater cardigan. And it is by Valerie Hobbs. You know what? I think I said the minimalist was by Joey Hobbs. It's not. It's by Joey Poe, P-O-H. But the Bayswater cardigan is by Valerie Hobbs. I'm playing with a new yarn base that I'm making this out of. I always like to try the bases before I offer them in the shop. But I am like 99.9% sure that this is going to be added to my inventory. It is merino, yak, and silk in a DK weight. So it's got gorgeous colorways. It has the silk, gives it a little bit of a sheen. This is in my aqua colorway, which is available on my yak fingering. So this is a really fun construction. So here is, oh, sorry about that, folks. Here is the back. It's knit shoulder down. So you cast on for the shoulders. You do some short row shaping for the neck. And it's got this gorgeous lace panel down both sides of the back. So you just, it does not have armhole shapings, but it does have side increases. So it has, excuse me, a little bit of an A-line shaping. So the back is done. This was a wild thought that when I cast this on a week ago that I was going to get it done by Rhinebeck, but this is going to be my project I take to Rhinebeck. I think that's what I meant instead of done by wearing. But anyway, I've got the back done, and then you go back and you pick up for the shoulders and you do your short row shaping. And so I am working down the front, and it's got, there again, it's got this really fun lace panel down the front. It does not have a button band. I think the edging is just what it is. So I am doing the increases, the side increases to the front. I think I have that much more to do before I do the left front. So then you do the left front, and then you'll pick up for the sleeves. The sleeves also has this gorgeous lace panel down the top of the sleeve. So I'm really liking the pattern. I'm loving the yarn. It is super duper soft. Yeah, so look for this in the shop. This will be coming to the shop. I don't know if it'll make it into the shop this year, but it will for sure be coming into the shop. So this is the Bayswater Cardigan by Lisa Richardson. So those are the only things I'm currently working on. I did have an errand to run yesterday, and then I had some time to kill in between appointments, and so I threw some sock yarn, my sock bag that I always carry my yarn in, which I thought had the needles in. And so I was going to cast on a sock yesterday, and I do my socks toe up. And I start with a magic loop, and then I switch to the 9-inch circulars because I am team 9-inch. So I cast on the toe, and I got about 3 rows into it, and I thought and I do them on a US 1. And I thought, this is not a US 1. And I didn't have a needle gauge with me. But I looked at the needle and I pulled out my US 1 in a 9-inch circular, and I'm thinking it was probably a 3. It was just a little big, and so I thought, okay, I'm gonna do cuff down. So I cast on my 64 stitches on my 9-inch circular, and I went to join it in the round to do the ribbing for the cuff, and I couldn't join it. And I thought, well, maybe I miscounted. So I recounted my stitches, and sure enough, I still had 64 on. And then I looked at the needle, and it was a 12-inch circular. So that being said, I don't have any socks on the needles yet. I am gonna cast some on. As I've mentioned, I am going to Rhinebeck. I am flying out next Wednesday. And so I want to get the toe done, so I don't have to go through security with my long, pointy needles, that I can just have my 9-inch circulars, and then I'll just check my other needles in my luggage. So I will be casting on socks. This is the longest I've gone without doing socks, and I'm starting to miss it a little bit. I usually almost always have a pair of socks on the needles. So I told you this was going to be a fast one. I have no dream knitting except for socks. I have no acquisitions except for just before I started podcasting, the UPS guy came and brought me a large box of mini skeins. I've been busy twisting, labeling, dyeing up minis for the holiday advent. So I got two boxes of yarn that came. So that will continue. So let's get into shop news. Shop news. I am currently running 4 monthly clubs. I have my Discovery of Witches Club, which shipped out today. On that is a monthly subscription, a 3-month subscription club, and on that you get your choice of bases, and it's done. I get inspiration from the Trilogy Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. I have my Friends monthly club, and on that one you have the option of a 6-month subscription, a 3-month subscription, or a auto-recurring monthly subscription. That one was shipped out a couple weeks ago. I believe everybody has this last month's colorway, so I'm already showing you. Spoiler alert, if you don't have it, you should have it. And if you don't have it, reach out to me and we'll find out where it's at. But if you've been out of the home for whatever reason and haven't opened it and you want to be surprised, then you can look away. The theme for this last month's colorway was Brussels sprouts. That's worse than no food. I don't think Joey liked Brussels sprouts. So here's the yarn. This one is done on my Glamorous base. I don't know. I like Brussels sprouts if they're roasted. I don't care for them boiled, but I like them if they're roasted. Let me know down below if you like Brussels sprouts and how you like to fix them. But roasted with a real high temperature, a little bit of olive oil on them, it just kind of caramelizes them, and they're so good. I also have my Broadway Musicals Club. That one, I believe I showed last time. That was based on the Broadway show Hair. This month's Broadway Club, if you are a subscriber of the Broadway Musicals Club, will be a little bit late because I'll be at Rhinebeck. So it will be a little bit late. I will post that also on Instagram to remind everybody. I already have the play picked out. It's going to be a fun one to dye up. So I do have that one. That one is a recurring monthly subscription. I have that one. And then my last one is my Color Explosion Mini Club. And I believe that everybody has received those. Those usually ship out right about the first of the month. So I'm gonna make a little noise here. I'm gonna show you what I shipped out this last month. The Color Explosion Mini Club, is a 6 skein mini skein, that's right, club. So you get 6 20-gram minis on my 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon base. So they're approximately 80 yards. These are all new colorways that are not currently in the shop. Here's 3 of them. This month's theme was a little bit Halloween-y. Kind of wanted to pull in some Halloween colors. I don't know how this one, yeah, this one's kind of coming across good. So that's 3. Here's the other 3. So there is all 6 that went out this last month. So those are currently the 4 clubs that I am running. I did make a post on Instagram a week ago Starting the 20th of October, I am going to have to raise my prices. Currently, they're $28 a skein. They will go up to $30 a skein. I've tried not to do this. This was the price I started with when I started dyeing 3.5 years ago. And since then, my suppliers have raised their prices a couple times, and I have been trying to absorb that. But sadly, I just can't anymore. So the price will be going up. So if you want to place an order on the old price, you have about 13 days to do the old price. The Broadway Musicals Club will not be going up, or the Color Explosion Minis Club will not be going up. The other monthly clubs will be going up. Those clubs that are $28 a month will be going to $30 a month. And if you have purchased the Friends Monthly Club, the 3, the 6 month, and the Discovery of Witches 3-month subscription, your price will stay the same until your subscription runs out. And then if you choose to re-up that, then it will be at the new price. So hopefully it's not a deal breaker for people. I just, I have to keep up with the times, and I have to, this is my sole source of income. So I do have to be able to keep the roof over my head, which I'll talk about in life updates, and the lights on so I can, and electricity so I can dye. Trunk shows. I have 4 trunk shows currently going, which is the most I've ever had at one time. I have a trunk show at Bountiful U in Fargo, North Dakota. I have a trunk show at Winterberry's Yarn in Columbia, New Jersey. I shipped out a trunk show for the Yak and Yarn in Topeka, Kansas. I think UPS kind of didn't deliver it in time. I just checked tracking. It won't be there till Monday. But if you live in the Topeka, Kansas area, you can go and see that at Winterberry's Yarn. And then I am doing an in-person trunk show at my local yarn store tomorrow, Saturday, being Saturday, October 8th, at the Hook and Needle Nook on North Monroe. So the store hours are 10 to 4, so I will be there from 10 to 4. Rumor has it there'll be some fun goodies. I've got lots of fun colorways, some samples, so if you live in the Spokane area, stop by, say hi, squish some yarn, check out Esther's shop. She has a great little shop. So those are the trunk shows I have going currently. I don't know if I'll podcast again before my next trunk show, which will be on, let me just check my calendar here. That one will be on October 22nd, so that's 2 weekends from now. And that one is at Yarn Folk in Ellensburg. So I will be there Saturday for a trunk show. And that's nice. Ellensburg is about 3 hours away. So I will go over on Friday and set up, and we'll have to do the hotel room Friday night, but then I'll come home Saturday. So fairly local, will just require one night in a hotel. I stay so many times in hotels, I'm getting so many frequent flyer miles, frequent lodging miles. I guess that would be more what it is. So yeah, Rhinebeck, next week at this time, I will be at Rhinebeck. I will be at Woolen Folk. I'm going with 11 of my closest Zoom buddies. We have been Zooming together once a week for about 2.5 years. Now, of the 11 of us that are going, that are staying in our house, we have a big 9-bedroom, I think it's a 9-bath house, big wraparound porch. I'm so excited. There are 4 that will be staying in the house that I have not met. I'm over the moon excited to meet. There will be a couple of other podcasters that we Zoom with that we will be meeting up with. So I plan on taking lots of pictures. I've heard the weather's going to be cooler this year than last year. There may be a chance of rain. So I'm excited just to go and be there. I have not had a real vacation since way before my husband passed away, so it's probably been 10 years since I've been anywhere that has not been a work vacation. I'm very excited. I'm excited to meet up with you people, so be sure and say hi if you know me. I'd love to meet you. I'm excited for the podcaster meetup on the hill. I've heard the hill is not really a hill, it's just a little raised area. So podcast, meetup, and then I will take, like I said, we'll take lots of pictures. I will try to podcast when I get back. It may be the following week. I know that Kathleen and I will be doing a podcast for On the Needles about, I think, a week after I get back. So if you don't see me here, you will see me over there. Be sure and follow me on Instagram. You can see all the fun pictures. I'm just excited. I'm excited. I'm all vaxxed with my flu, my COVID. I may try to be in a little bit of a bubble, maybe starting now, just to make sure that nothing happens that I can't go. So, Rhinebeck 2022, yay. Life updates. I talked about having the roof over my head. That is still a go to be started in, I think, about 10 days, 2 weeks. So that'll be nice to have a new roof. It's not leaking yet. I don't want it to leak, but it will be nice to have a new roof before we get the feet of snow that we sometimes get. You know, this global warming, I just don't know. The winters are wicked and the summers are hot. I don't complain about the heat, but I complain about the winters. I don't like being cold. I don't like driving in the snow. It's pretty, but I don't like the work, the shoveling of it that comes with it. So the new roof, I do have a surgery date. I am having my shoulder replaced. The whole shoulder joint is being replaced. I was hoping for the end of the year. Sadly, because of my insurance, there's only one hospital in town that my insurance has contracted with. Of the 4 hospitals that we have, there's one that it contracts with. And because of staffing shortages, the hospital gives the surgeon 2 spots a month for shoulder replacements. So I did not get in by December unless there's a cancellation. I am having it done in January, which is not good because my first fiber festival that I had planned is 3.5 weeks post-surgery. That being said, I will not be there. 3.5 weeks post-surgery, I still will be sleeping in a chair. I won't be able to lie down yet to sleep, and lift. I will be in a total immobilizer, I think, for 6 weeks. So I won't be able to lift. So I won't be there unless there is a cancellation and I can get my surgery ahead of time. Otherwise, just life is good, keeping busy, loving the cool evenings, the warm days. The bugs are bad here. The stink bugs, oh my gosh, the stink bugs are so bad. And I keep my slider open during the day when it's nice because I like to keep the fresh air in as long as I can. And I go to the slider and the stink bugs they're on the outside, but they're all stuck to the slider. And then I have these blue aphids. I have a tree in my backyard. I don't know what kind it is. It's a big tree. It's not an elm, it's not a maple. I'm not sure what it is. It's not a hawthorn. But it's full of these gnats, and they're just, they cover the bark, the trunk of this tree, so it has this layer of fuzz. So you walk outside, to get the mail, to take the garbage out, and you come in and you're just peppered with these gnats. And then when the cats come in, they're peppered with them. So gnats in the Northwest, not fun. Stink bugs, not fun. The turning of the leaves. There are burning bushes across the street from where I live. I live across the street from a grade school, and there's burning bushes around the school, and they're starting to turn this gorgeous shade of red. So I do love the fall colors. I don't like what comes after fall, though. So anyway, it's good to see you guys again, and I hope everyone is staying healthy. I hope to see you all at Rhinebeck. Like I say, if you see me, be sure and stop by and say hi. I normally am a hugger. I don't know if I'm going to be a hugger this year, just because I don't know. But I will certainly say hi, and take care. Everybody support your local LYS, support your local dyer. And we will talk post Rhinebeck. Bye.